Hey, what's up, webheads? So I had an idea. I want to do a Q&A video so some of you could kind of get to know me, see what questions you have for me. Put a poll up on my Instagram, and I actually had a lot of you put in for like questions and things like that. So I wanted to go through, answer a lot of those, some of the questions that you had. If there's anything that a lot of people asked, definitely wanted to get to those. Had a lot to do with the suits and things like that, so I definitely want to get to some of those. Yeah, I just want to see kind of what you guys want to know about me. So I went ahead, I printed off the questions and everything. So I just wanted to go ahead and start through, see what we got. All right, first question. So where do you get such good quality suits? I get that question a lot, actually. There'll probably be some more on there, but essentially the best place where I find I get my suits, the majority of them have came from Zentai Zone. I love their suits. Their quality's so good. Always go with the upgraded fabrics because they're a thicker quality and they just look so good. And I always get the soles attached and everything there. So that's the good thing about Zentai Zone. Gotten one RPC Studio suit, and that's my Far From Home puff paint suit. That suit I freaking love. It looks so good. It's a little bit more pricey, but the quality you get with it is so great. So I highly recommend both of those. Zentai Zone, RPC Studio. And can't forget Sim Cosplay, which is where I got my Avengers in-game Quantum suit and my Night Monkey suit. So they're very quick too. You can give them custom measurements and they'll get back to you super quick. So I highly recommend Sim Cosplay as well. Next question, when did I start cosplaying? So I actually started cosplaying about 2 years ago. I got something together for Raleigh SuperCon. It's now GalaxyCon, but I made the Spider-Man Homecoming homemade suit. So I got some different things there, made the web shooters, got the sweatsuit, got it altered and everything there. So I really wanted to, Spidey's always my favorite superhero, so I wanted to make a super quick Spider-Man cosplay, and I went with the homemade suit, and it turned out looking great. And shortly after that, that's when I started my Instagram, probably in September of 2017. And so that's when I started my whole cosplay journey and documenting that. How did you get into cosplaying Spidey? Kind of like the last question, Spider-Man's always my favorite superhero. I used to dress up as him when I was younger, go to holiday events and things like that, so I've always loved Spider-Man. And I wanted to, when I got older, I was like, I want to, once I get my job, be able to buy an awesome Spider-Man suit. And so I did. Got older, bought my own suits, made my own suits a lot of times too. And it's just a fun habit and fun hobby that I love to do. If you're going to cosplay anyone other than Spider-Man, who and why? So right now I have a cosplay, and I'm thinking about I want to do Captain America from Infinity War with the beard and everything, with the Winter Soldier suit with the star ripped off, everything there. I'd like to do that just because I can rock the beard with it, obviously, keep that going, and I just love everything that Cap stands for. He stands for the betterment of the country that he's in, as well as just being a leader, and that's, I love those qualities about him. Obviously, I'm always going to be a Spidey, but I think that'd be a fun cosplay to do as well. Favorite thing about cosplay? My favorite thing about cosplay is just the community. The friends that I've made along the way, it's really been great, especially over this past year with the number of friends I've made at conventions and even hanging out outside of them. That's probably the best thing for me. Favorite Disney character? So obviously we'll keep it outside of the Marvel stuff. I always loved Simba growing up from The Lion King. Generally that was my favorite Disney movie growing up, so had to keep it towards just strictly old school Disney stuff. I would say Simba from The Lion King. What is my dream cosplay? Non-Spider-Man or Dream Spider-Man cosplay? Dream cosplay. I would love to get together, actually get a good quality Sam Raimi Spider-Man suit, from Spider-Man 1, just having the raised webbing, the awesome lenses, face shell and everything. That's a dream cosplay, but I want it to be perfect if I'm going to do it. So it's going to have to have the raised webbing, the texture, everything. But that would be a good one. It would be a lot of money put into it, but it would be awesome to do that. When did your love for Spider-Man develop? Like I was saying earlier, when I was a kid, I just kind of grew up just loving Spider-Man, and it just grew on me. I wore my suits to holiday events, things like that. You couldn't get it off of me, so that's where that grew. How do you wash your Spidey suits, and how do you wash masks with attached lenses, if I have any? So I wash my suits. I do a spot wash just because some of those are puff painted and I don't want to throw it in the wash or soak it and completely submerge it in water. So I do spot, underarms, obviously chest, back, that kind of thing. That way you can hit some of the major spots. Keep it clean like that. That way you're not completely submerging it and everything there. So that's kind of how I wash those. Others I can wash on the washing machine, like the sweatsuit and things like that. I don't have any masks with attached lenses besides the one I take for pictures, posing with it. I don't ever wear it, so I'm not sure how you'd wash that. But I always use like face shell and magnetic lenses. That's my favorite, my go-to there. All right, next question. Would you ever like to cosplay Peter Parker outfits or just Spidey? I actually do want to cosplay as Peter Parker some. I've been thinking like from Far From Home when he has like the masquerade mask and things like that. That would be a really cool cosplay to do. Or just strictly just the Peter Parker outfits. I would love to do that as well. How does it feel to don the mask? Oh, it feels amazing. Once you put the mask on, like you really feel like you're just in that character. You're like, wow, I'm Spider-Man. Nobody knows who you are. You're just strictly Spider-Man to that person, and that's a really cool feeling. What inspires me to be Spider-Man? I would say just growing up wanting like a hero, wanting to be so much like Spider-Man. Like that inspires me to be able to just dress up and cosplay and be him, like through my social media, through conventions and things like that. I just want to be able to feel like, you know, Spidey's just that unique sense, like he's a great person, like through and through. He's just great. He always is going to, the greater good is always going to be within him. And so that's what I've always loved about Spider-Man. Best, cheapest store to buy Spidey suits. I usually go with the best, like RPC Studios, Zone. I've actually bought a suit, the Battle Damage from Amazon. They actually make a pretty good suit, and that's pretty cheap. So that'd probably be my cheap option for you if you have the suit. What's one of my favorite photos I've ever taken? I think one that sticks out to me the most is when I kind of first got started. It was, I went to a convention in March near my birthday, and I took a picture holding the mask and looking at it. Had the beard and everything, so I hadn't even shaved. So I was just strictly put my, it was one of my first time wearing my homecoming suits after I puff painted it and that whole process. And I was just looking at the mask with the face shell. And it got a lot of it just got a lot of love. And I saw like people really care about what I'm doing here. And that's what really drew me to go and do photo shoots and things like that. So that's probably my most notable. My cousin Devin, he takes a lot of my pictures, most of them actually. And he took that one, so it means a lot to me. There's another character to cosplay, what would it be? I just mentioned I would love to do Captain America from Infinity War, so that's probably going to be my next one. I've done Rick Grimes before from The Walking Dead, so things like that. But I'll delve into some other characters at some point maybe, but that's my guy. What got you into cosplay, and what's your favorite Spidey suit to wear? What got me into cosplay was I just wanted to go to conventions and dress up, and that's my favorite character, and that's what really did it for me. Raleigh is such a welcoming and accepting place. Like walking around town in the suit feels completely normal, and I wanted to keep doing that after I did it my first time. So that's what got me into cosplaying and keep doing that. And also my favorite Spidey suit to wear. My homecoming suit really hits home for me, but I puff painted and it took forever to do it. So it really, it's a special place in my heart, but I really do love my Far From Home suit too. That thing is pretty dang awesome. Favorite superhero? I mean, you got that one. I don't think that one needs answering. What are you gonna do when the aliens come again? You got any friendly neighborhood questions? If budget and materials were not a problem, who would you want to cosplay as? I would love to do like an Iron Man suit, like a full-on suit. That would be super cool to do one day. That's super expensive, and I may do that one day, but not right now. It's not in the budget. What was your first costume and what inspired it? So first costume, I believe when I was really young, I was an Elmo when I was little. If we're talking cosplay, it was Spider-Man, the homecoming homemade suit. How are you? I really, really love your picks. Your costumes are awesome. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. So stuff like that just I love to keep going. Like, you people are just amazing. You really are. Are you the head Avenger now? Obviously. But like I said, can we get back to the friendly neighborhood questions? And last but not least, when is the right time for a new cat child? Pretty sure I know who put that one. So, we got 3. That's got plenty of love, okay? We don't need another one right now. One day, but not right now. So that's all my questions. I had some repeats and things like that, so I definitely made sure to go over some of those that were kind of like the heavily involved questions there that people wanted to know. But yeah, I just wanted to put this out there so you could just kind of get to know me a little bit more and get to know stuff more about my suits and what got me into cosplay. So I thought that was great. This weekend, guys, I'm actually going to Philly, Keystone Comic-Con, to meet Tom Holland. So I'm super excited, and I will definitely make sure to post Instagram videos, stories, things like that, so that way you can kind of follow my journey there. And also, I get to meet freaking Spider-Man. I'm super excited. But anyway, thank you guys so much for all the love and everything. And if you have any other questions, put them in the comments. I'll be glad to answer those as well. And y'all have a great day, webheads.